with Shepster. And where do I happen to be? Well, some of you might recognize it, or you can probably recognize it just by that, right? So yeah, I'm at Swift. I came here because I needed to swipe my badge, so that way it doesn't go inactive. It doesn't take much to get it reactivated, but you know, I want to be able to have it working and stuff, and not have to waste time like whenever I do get a load. Which apparently they do have loads that are going to Albuquerque, but I guess coming back might be a little rough, and that's why they haven't been able to get anything for me lately. Ooh, I smell a cookout somewhere. Hey, maybe I'll get lunch or something at the little cafeteria. So yeah, if you are here at the Swift terminal, let me know where you're at. I'll come say hi. You can be on camera. Get a shout out. I'll make you famous. Yeah, right. Like I'm some big time YouTuber or something. Anyways, so what are we going to talk about, huh? Well, we can talk about some stuff in regards to the channel. This is just a hangout thing, right? So I haven't been able to get a whole lot of videos done because I've been focusing on the live streams and stuff. So it's hot out here. It's humid. Not as bad as some places out there, I know. But yeah, no, I've been focusing on the live streams, and I think we have a good portion of people that like watching the live streams as opposed to videos, because they can interact with me. But I don't know. I mean, maybe you folks can tell me. I know it's been a long time since I did streams, and so it's been fun to kind of get back to them. And I guess I'm making up for all the streams I didn't do since I'm doing them every day now. And maybe we'll go by not buy as in purchase, but walk by some of the owner-operator trucks, and the ones that, not the ones that people own, the ones that they are offering, for lease purchase. Oh, so there are a couple of things we can talk about. We can talk about Prime. There's some news that I saw on the Mother Trucker channel, which I thought was interesting. And then there was the incident on I-15, which I think was between Baker and Las Vegas, where it was shut down for a couple of days or something like that. Ooh, shade. And there were people that were stuck out on the I-15 for a couple of days, and some people ran out of gas. I was going to say fuel, but the truckers' fuel, the four-wheelers' gas, but who cares, right? Gas fuel, it's about the same. It makes your vehicle go, right? But yeah, was anyone stuck in that? I feel bad for the truck drivers that went in there, because they're stuck. And of course their clock is going. Really messy situation. But, well, you can just log off, stop your clock after a couple of hours, then you'll be able to get going again. If I stand in the shade with the degrees, it's actually not too bad. I got this water out of the... Okay, now it's spilling all over me because, you know, it's cold. So yeah, I came here not just to swipe my badge, but I also wanted to talk to the driver team. My driver leader is actually not here today, but my previous driver leader is here. So we were talking, and he told me, he showed me, apparently there's a Swift driver. Dude is lucky to be alive. Apparently, and speaking of batteries, because the whole incident on the I-15 was about batteries, they just like exploded and the whole thing caught on fire, and they couldn't drag it completely out of the way, so it was a hazard, and that's why the whole I-15 was backed up like nuts. Apparently the batteries in this guy's truck exploded. The guy was sleeping, he heard a boom, got the hell out of his truck, and it went foof. It just lit up and it was gone. Can you imagine that? And when I was out driving, I had my cat with me. I wouldn't have left him in there. So he and I would have perished. So that's kind of that's a scary thing. And I asked him, I said, what was the cause of it? What caused that truck to just poof up like that? And he said, well, they're just investigating it, so. Now we'll walk out here. And you can hear the trucks idling. See? See? Okay, who's honking? Maybe he's saying hi. I think that's KILR Gamer over there. It's the KILR Gamer. Okay, so let's talk about Prime, because hey, you know, I watched that this guy Trucks, right? I know, so I think some of you mentioned him. He does the lease operating. He's lease operator with Swift, and he came out. He purposely said, "I'm doing it for the content." He wasn't lying, you know. He's just like, he wasn't BSing around. He was like, straight up, man, I'm doing it for the content. Dude's funny. Man, what was he saying? I can't remember. Why did I bring him up? I don't remember. Maybe because of the whole owner-operator thing. Anyway. Oh, that's what it was, because I was talking about Prime. He likes to conduct experiments, because apparently whenever he talks about Prime and when he kind of gets on their case to get all defensive and start attacking him in the comments. So, but anyways, in regards to Prime, apparently there's been some news that's come out that they are not going to have solo drivers anymore. That if you're a solo driver, you have to go either teams or lease. So let's talk about that for a moment. So I think we can pretty much figure out that they're doing that because of the cost of business, that they can get more out of 2 drivers in one vehicle than 2 vehicles being out there, because it's what, less maintenance, right? And then if you go lease operator, well then, you know, they don't have to worry about the expenses of the truck at all. It's all on the driver. And yeah, I'll be honest with you, even though I've kind of been interested in lease lease operator with Swift. I mean, it is, it's a little appealing, getting yourself a nice truck and, something you can call your own, sort of, and have a little bit more flexibility, when it comes to loads or where you fill up or, whatever the case may be. I don't know. There's just too much sketchy stuff when it comes to lease operators. And don't get me wrong, there are some people that are very successful with it. But there's more people that are not successful with it than there are people successful with it. We got people joining the stream, but no one's saying hi. What's up, man? You don't think I noticed? I see people joining the stream and then they leave. And then they join the stream and then they leave. At least say hi. Don't be shy. Hey, I can get some exercise while I'm out here because, why not? Hey! Look at all the truck drivers. Now, these are, well, a couple of them are. Oh, these are all nice and shiny. Look at the purple one. Okay. That one is a lease. That one's a lease operator. Here, let me flip this around here. This is a lease operator truck right here. Man, that's a pretty purple. It's very tasty looking, Like, it has flavor to it. Oh, it's a 2025 too. Look at that. Pretty truck. If they want to give me one for free, I'll go back out on the road, sure. Yeah, Swift, give me one of those for free. I'll go back out on the road. That way, I can just make money and I don't have to worry about truck payments and stuff. I'd have to still worry about insurance and all that other jazz. But at least I wouldn't have to worry about truck payments. I'm worth a new truck, right? Come on, it's for a good cause, right? It's for content. Oh. What about that last truck that I had? I still have one more part to do of my Albuquerque run. I meant to get that up by now. I meant to get it up by now, but I've been really working hard to do these live streams. Not in particular this one here. This one here is easy. I'm talking about the like the flight simulator streams, because I'm trying to get them ready and prepared and stuff. It's not a simple thing of just logging into the game and just flying. I do a lot more than that. And those of you that have been with me for a while, you already know that. So it's not a very simple thing. I still got to set up the one for Flight Simulator 2004. That shouldn't be too hard. It's on my Windows XP laptop. I just need to get it hooked up to the main computer, get the flight set up, take a screenshot, and then have that, on the home page, so that way those of you that want to see it, you can click it and click, like notify me or whatever that button is. People are still showing up, but they're not saying hi. Why? How come? Or am I having problems with the internet? Is it like disconnecting or something? I'm gonna have to switch hands. My arm's getting tired. Oh, how is the weight loss project going anyway? I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't know. I believe I am losing weight. I mean, the last time I was checked, it was over 320 pounds. It was way too much. But I have been on what's called a Herbalife diet, where it's a powdered drink and it's supposed to be filling and stuff. And I have like 2 of those a day, and I'll have like celery, carrots in between. I know I've lost weight. I just don't know how much I've lost. But yeah, I've been working with that. All right, time to switch arms here. The other arm's getting... See, another camera angle. How about that? Now I can carry my water bottle with the other hand. You know, it's called balance. You know, it's balance in life. And hey, I'm exercising, right? I'm walking. Those of you who know the Phoenix Swift terminal, you know this thing is pretty damn big. And I'm like headed like all the way to the back, and like coming and then coming back is what I'm doing. And I'm not sure what time it is, but yeah, like I might go into the cafeteria or something. They got some good food in that cafeteria. I ain't joking, man. Hey! What's up? See? Wait, is he just announcing that he's driving? I mean, why is he honking? And he's like, what's that fool out there with his phone? Yeah, there's a goober. There's a goober out there with a phone doing whatever. Mind your business. Come on, I mean, it's social media. I mean, it's a social thing, right? I mean, there really is no kind of business thing. I'm conducting business. That's what it is. Oh. Wow. What's some other stuff to talk about? I try to keep up on, you know, all the news and stuff that's going on. There's that whole mess that was at the Olympics. I'm sure some of you know about that. There's that whole fiasco with Mr. Beast going on. What else? What else? Oh, Bonehead Trucker guy. Damn, what's his name? I forget his name, but I saw a video from him. He's actually getting back into trucking, and he wants to do less videos. And he said that when he started off, he did like maybe 1 video a week, and it was just kind of stuff that he saw out on the road. And his channel started to blow up, and he was putting videos out every week or every day. And that can get pretty demanding and pretty stressful. So, you know, I totally get that. And he kind of fell away from the stuff that he likes to do. You know, he likes to go out on the road and stuff. There's a lot of crap with the trucking industry, but there's nothing like the feel of the open road. Somewhat, you know, I mean, like when you get to a city, it's not so open anymore, but yeah, between cities, it's a kind of a source of freedom, you know, and until you get to the shipper or receiver, or to a truck stop where everyone's taking their 30-minute break at the fuel island, which is getting really bad now. I switched arms. I've been reading more and more comments and seeing more and more video clips of people just taking their 30-minute break or more at the fuel island. There's plenty of places to park, or they haven't pulled up. People waiting. What the hell, man? What's up? What is up with that? I would love to interview someone who actually takes their 30-minute break at the fuel island so I can just not really rip them apart. I just want to understand their mindset. Why do you feel the need to take your 30-minute break here at the fuel island and block the people behind you? You know, we're not going to make any judgments. Just why do you do that? Maybe they were trained to do that. Maybe they don't know any better. Or maybe they just don't care. That's why I want to interview one. I want to hear their side of the story. Nobody's talking about that. If they are, I haven't seen it yet. You know, if there were owner-operated trucks, I must have walked right by them. I wasn't paying attention. First, I was looking at this, I'm like, white, blue, white, blue, white. And then there's a gray. One of these is not like the other. Hey, there's a big-time truck driver with an international truck. I'm sorry. International trucks and we go way back. Not that far, but yeah, go watch the KILR Awesome Trucker series. Sorry, trucking. I don't even know my own show. Oh, my first truck was an international. What a piece of freaking trash that was. It ran, okay? It ran. It ran until it didn't run. How about that? Oh, wow. We got a truck number there. They just used a marker. You think we'll find any trucks or trailers that are like torched? In bad shape? Maybe we should walk by the shop. See what they got. Man, I wanted to get a copy of that picture and maybe show you folks on a video or something like that of that truck that just went poof. I'll try to describe it for you. The only thing that was left was the chassis and a few remains that were just kind of standing up. I swear that thing was just like, it wouldn't have, let's just say it wouldn't have any trouble going under one of those short bridges. Well, with the exception of the trailer that it was hooked up to, but I think you get my point. Oh, why am I out here in the blazing sun getting dehydrated? I don't know. It's for content. That's what it's for. It's all about content, right? You know, I don't see any messy trucks or trailers or anything. Maybe they cleared them out. They knew I was coming. They're like, oh, he's coming. We better clean up. We don't want this stuff on video. Found out from my old driver leader. His wife is watching my videos. So if she happens to be watching, hi. Hi. How you doing? Apparently one of the recent videos she watched was one I was talking about shortage of freight. And I'm like, well, the last video that I did was my Albuquerque run, which is being broken into 3 parts. Part 3 just hasn't been done yet. I might be able to get it out today, assuming I don't collapse, you know, from heat stroke or something. Ooh, we have a different color truck over here. We'll take a look at it here in a moment. But yeah, that's the latest one that I've got. I do have some other stuff set aside that I want to turn into videos for Tuesday. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But there are some other things. So don't worry, there is content. It's just a matter of getting it edited and getting it out. So we got a Kenworth here. I'll switch around. I'm not much of a fan of Kenworths. There are people that will swear by them. They love Kenworths. I suppose if I got to drive one, well, I did drive one when I started off with flatbed. Didn't last very long. That's a nice color. What would you call that? It's not exactly yellow. It is yellow. It's a certain type of yellow. What, like a, not really a golden yellow. It's not really canary yellow. Yellow orange? Possibly. I can see a little bit of orange in that. Yeah, you're probably more interested in seeing the trucks than you are my ugly face, so. Here you go. Show you some trucks. Got a black one. Oh, you know this is going to be hot. Woo. Black is cool, but black is freaking hot. And I'll tell you what, when you don't have air conditioning in these trucks, it is a freaking oven. Oh, okay. Got some containers over there. You know, I should probably walk over to the Academy area and see how active it is. I'm pretty sure that they're training some people, but let's go walk over there. Hey, you never know. We might have some new drivers that are going through the academy right now. That, I don't know, maybe by some miracle they came across my videos. And they're like, oh, dude, man, there's someone here. Well, if you happen to be here, you know, hey, well, you can get a little shout out and say hi on camera. Lots of trucks over here idling. They're smart, see? They're staying cool. It's only dumbasses like myself that are out in this heat. Hey, what's that dumbass out doing out there in the heat? What's wrong with him? I told you it's for content. That's what it's for. Yeah, so my driver leader, he told me that, yeah, his wife was watching the channel. I was like, really? I was like, I didn't think she was watching my channel. I didn't think, you know, they would think it was that interesting. So, you know, I just said, hey, is she watching anything else? I don't think so. I'm like, well, you know, tell her. There's like 3,000 videos on the on the channel. There's like a whole bunch of stuff. It's not just all games. I do have some other stuff. Let's see. The second channel, the KILR radio. It's slowly building. it's I'm happy with it. Uh, you know, the channel is meant to be a complement to this one. They kind of exist in the same universe. And some of you are like, huh? You're not in the same universe as the rest of us? No, this is a special one. We call this the KILR universe. It's it's my cinematic universe. It's the KCU, right? It's the KILR cinematic universe. But yeah. So, and this was a station that I had before KILR television. That's why I called the new one KILR Radio 2.0. The original one I had on Live 365. Man, how far back was it? It was like 2009 or something. But yeah, you know, I had that there. I had a Sam Broadcaster. Some of you might be familiar with that. And I had it all automated, and I had shows recorded. I think once in a while I did an actual live broadcast, but I liked having everything automated because then I was able to have it run the way I wanted to 24 hours a day. And then I think what I did is I had it running live for a certain amount of time, and then it would turn off. And then Live 365, they had like a library of music, and then it would just play that. And so it took quite a bit to set up. But the thing with Live 365 is it was not pirate radio. You paid for I paid for a yearly subscription, and it was, you know, very much worth it. Oh yeah, on live broadcasting you can have it was like an unlimited amount of listeners, as opposed to the plan that I had, where I'm gonna get sunburned or something, where you could only have like a max of like 4 people or something. But yeah, I had that going on, and then I wound up creating, because you could create more than one channel with your subscription, and all licenses were taken care of. I could play whatever I wanted on my channel. My hair is sticking up. Look at this. What hair is left? Yeah, I could play whatever I wanted, and the licenses were taken care of. Got a ramp here. What's this all about here? There you go. So instead of having a driver going into freaking New York and trying to back up in an area that should not, a 53-foot trailer should not be backing up in, this is what they need right here. Have the driver park off to the side. And well, this is not exactly easily movable, is it? But you get my point, right? That's the Top Gun area over there. I might sit over here in the shade. Oh, I see some trucks moving. You see that over there in the distance? There's an owner-operator truck. Do you know how you can tell? Okay, if you see Swift on the door or Swift on the very top, it's a company truck. You see those over there? Where is it? There. That's a company truck. This one here is an owner-operator because the Swift logo is on the door, and it says lease to Swift. Oof, yeah, I'm baking right now. The academy is not very busy, I can tell you that right now. I think there might be one class out there. And when I went through, they had, what, like 4 classes or something? Whew. And they had like classes rotating every week. Oh. But yeah, so there you go. There's a student driver right there. I think that's it. Yeah, so that's why I think there's a shortage of freight. They've got too many drivers, and not enough freight. But as a result, they don't have as many new drivers coming in as before. I don't even know if they do it weekly anymore. And I'm wondering, do they still have the Top Gun program? Unrelated to the TV show. Well, I guess when the movie comes out on regular TV, I guess it is a TV show. But I'm talking about the movie anyway. Yeah, I wonder if they still have that going on. That'd be interesting. I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, they only could take one class at a time anyway with that one. And it's a good course to go through. But holy heck, jeez, hot. All right, we're gonna start walking back here. Rest my feet just for a moment. Hey, you folks know that show Seinfeld? You know, a show about nothing? I wonder, is that what this live stream is? It's a live stream about nothing? I don't know, it's something, right? I mean, we're here at the Swift terminal. We're kind of talking about stuff. Just kind of hanging out because that's just what we're doing. Guy hauling some tires here. Simple entertainment, right? This water was cold. I think it's about room temperature. Not this room. It's getting there though. Anyways, I was told about some of the freight, and this is kind of standard across the industry. Some areas have really good freight and other areas don't. So, like, it changes like on a daily basis. So, like I was told, sometimes they have an abundance of freight that need to be moved, and sometimes they have an abundance of drivers that are waiting for loads. It's all a matter of being in the right place at the right time. But that doesn't really help on your pocketbook, right? I mean, that's not really consistent. You know, you got to make that money, right? And if those wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. So being in one area that has freight might be good for a little bit, and then you go to another area that doesn't have freight, and now you're trying to get out of there. That was another thing that this guy Trucks was talking about. He was in an area that had crap, absolutely nothing. So he had to take a load that was like over 100 miles deadhead in order to take, what did he say, like 50 or 60 miles loaded just to get out of there? It probably costed him more in expenses and fuel just to do that than it was not to do it. But that's just a thing about trucking. There's no control over that. Sometimes that just happens. So hey, I was talking about Prime earlier, Prime Incorporated, not the Prime energy drink, and how they're getting rid of the solo company drivers, and it's just going to be guy's missing a bumper over here. It's just going to be team drivers or lease operators. Well, I can't help but wonder, some of these other I mean, if they're doing it, some of these other companies are going to start doing it. Now, I don't think Swift is going to do it, but they could easily, and I think pretty much they do this already. The team drivers always get the best loads because that's a priority. They want to keep them moving. I get it. I get it from a business perspective. But with that said, that doesn't help out the fellow driver who, hey, maybe he's going solo for a reason, right? You know, maybe he's got medical, he or she, maybe they got some medical issues and they can't really do teams. Like for me, for example, I have sleep apnea, and I have to have and I've had it my whole life. So it's nothing to do with my weight, but I need that thing to be able to work in order to get proper sleep. And if the truck is bouncing around and stuff, I can't get that because this thing has like water. It acts kind of like a humidifier or something like that, and when the truck bumps around, the water kind of goes into the hose and the lines, and now I'm breathing in like droplets of water, and that can't be good. But yeah, so team driving wouldn't work out for me. And I'm sure there are other, people out there where, for health reasons, whether it's physical or emotional or something, they just can't do teams. And, that sucks if you're being forced into that situation. There are some companies out there that will only hire teams or owner ops. Now, Swift isn't doing that, but that's not to say that they could discourage you from being a solo driver because you may not get the greatest loads. You might get a 100-mile load this way or a 300-mile load that way, and they're live loads. You have to sit and you have to wait. You don't get paid for it. You do get detention time if it's over 2 hours. But then you got to kind of fight for it to get it. If you don't say anything, it's like you don't automatically get it. It's a whole situation. At least that's been my experience. I'm sure some people have had a better experience. But anyone want to take bets on if I make it to my car? Or if I'm going to pass out here on the pavement, which is probably really hot at the moment. So if I were to fall over on the pavement, I probably would get up right away. So maybe I don't have anything to worry about. Yeah, but anyway. And when it comes to teams, it's kind of screwed up because they have the teams like T-call loads. They're not going to want 2 drivers in one truck sitting there at a shipper waiting to be loaded or unloaded. So get T-called. Now, I'm not saying this happens all the time, but I'm sure that it happens a good amount. I don't know. For you team drivers, let me know. You know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Hey, I'll own up to it. But they want to, you know, they want to keep them moving. So what's the best way to do that? Have them T-call a load, get them another one right away, keep rolling. So some of you solo drivers may have noticed this. My phone's getting hot. I hope it doesn't explode. Some of you solo drivers know and probably have had this experience. You get to a terminal and they try to give you this load that's like 20, 30 miles, or maybe it's like 5 miles, you know, and they're like, well, if you could do this for me, I'll get you a better load, right? They have local drivers that get paid by the hour that can do that. So don't let them take advantage of you unless they put it in writing. If they put it in writing that you will get local pay of $40, $60, or whatever, get it in writing, okay? Because if you don't have it in writing, they can't do anything about it. Has anybody sent a chat? Because if you did, I missed it. With the sun out here, it's kind of hard to see them, but I am looking. I got out and I'm looking. See, I'm outside and I'm looking, right? Okay. Yeah, so they have solo drives. Don't let yourself get taken advantage of. But if you do get an offer for local pay, you know, some money on top of that, be sure to keep track of that. Make sure that you get it on your check, because sometimes they can conveniently forget. And if it goes too long, like if you don't keep an eye on your pay and it goes too long, then it's too late for them to do anything about it. You're out of that money. So, and I almost had that experience. So that's why I'm saying. And I know it's tough. If you're out there and you're trying to hustle, you're trying to run hard, you're like, I ain't got time to look at my pay and everything. I got to roll, you know? I got to get going. I want to make sure I get past this city before rush hour. I want to make sure I can get where I need to and park and be able to shut down for 10 hours and get going the next day on schedule, you know, because if you're doing your trip planning and stuff, you've got your own schedule you're trying to keep up to. I think the heat's affecting me. I'm like forgetting what I'm talking about, or it's age. It could be that too. But yeah, keep an eye on your pay. All right, I know it's a pain. You want to just not worry about it. You know, it's just, hey, let me do my job. Let me not have to worry about other stuff, because there's enough stuff out there on the road to worry about already. The last thing I need to worry about is my pay. Oh, I hate to break it to you, but you're gonna need to keep an eye on that. All right. So if you're a new driver, be sure you do that. And if you want to thank me, subscribe, okay? No pressure or anything, all right? As a matter of fact, the weather might get better if I get more subscribers. It may not be so hot out here. Just saying. Anyway. Oh. How many pounds do you think I've lost with this walk? Obviously, I've been walking. You've been watching me walk, and we're like 49 minutes into the stream already. We don't have any drivers here at the Phoenix terminal who wants to say hi? Or are you all stuck somewhere? Are you all stuck in California? I'm sorry. I know how that is. What else is on my mind? Well, I got a lot of things on my mind, but oh well. My daughter and we went out to. I mentioned this on one of the last live streams I did last week on Saturday. It was during the flight sim. What flight sim did I do? Oh, it was 2000. It was Flight Sim 2000. I mentioned that I was going to be going out to the arcade with my daughter, and someone was like, "You going to live stream that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know." As much as I want to do a live stream there at the arcade, they play music in the background. Oh, this shade is nice. I'll just stay right here for a moment. So, obviously, I'm not going to be able to live stream with the copyrighted music in the background. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. They do private parties, though, so yeah, I guess that's a possibility. Just set up a private party and kind of go in there and just say, hey, just don't play the music. Wow, this water's getting hot now. Let's turn the camera around here. Look at this, we got a Schneider. We got a Schneider trailer there. Now, some might be wondering, wait a minute, aren't you at a Swift terminal? Yes. We have a lot of spots here, and so we will rent out spots to other carriers so that way they can park their trailers. It's another way for Swift to make money. That's just what you got to do when you got a business. It seems like one sign of slow freight is a lot of trailers sitting around. We do have a lot of empty trailers here. It's not as bad as what I've seen it, but there are still a lot of trailers back there kind of parked in there tightly. There is. That's one of my favorite Swift trailers right there with the American flag. I think that's one of the coolest ones. And that blue truck is looking a little light blue. I think it's been sitting in the sun too long. Wait a minute, that's a 2024. Huh. Oh, jeez. Again, if you've said hi or something in the chat, I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm outside here trying to see the phone with the sun kind of reflecting off it and stuff. But yeah, if you're saying hi, don't be offended if I didn't say anything right away. If you leave comments, I respond to about 99% of the comments that are on videos and stuff, because I appreciate when you take the time to leave a comment, then I want to take the time to respond. You know, unless it's just, you know, if it's just a comment that doesn't really need a response, you know, then there's no need for me to do that. But otherwise, you know, I like to have a, you know, little conversation with you and say hi. And he's speeding up. He's going to run me over. See, look at this. Wait, it says 50 years, but then it has 66 on it. Come on, Swift, make up your mind. Is it 50 or is it 60? Well, Swift is still in business. Hey, I'm going to switch this to a extreme close-up. And I'm going to switch it to that. And then I'm going to switch back. Okay, so... I wonder how loads are for lease operators. I don't know. I read so many different types of things from different videos. People that they're like, I'm moving the company, or I'm just parking the truck. There's one video I watched today. I don't know where it was, but there was a guy who was pointing out all these trucks and trailers that were parked off to the side in this field, and they've been sitting there for days, weeks, just abandoned. And in the comments, there are people saying that they're seeing the same thing happen at truck stops too. That really doesn't help the fellow driver out there that's working a late night or whatever, looking for a place to park. And, you know, there are spots taken up by trucks and trailers that were abandoned. That sucks. Yeah, but from what I'm gathering, it is just brutal out on the road. People are struggling. And then some say they're doing just fine, so. Hey, if you're doing good, man, more power to you. I'm happy to hear that, because there are a lot of people that aren't. Did I mention that I got a raise from my job? Not this. I only do this part-time now. Now, my security job, I actually got a raise. I got a $2 raise. I've never had anything that high before. And that was after 6 months. Yeah, when my boss told me, yeah, we're going to give you a $2 raise, I'm like, what? Really? And with how much I make, the extra $2, it actually equates to an Albuquerque run and back, as far as the same amount of money. So if I was able to do an Albuquerque run every week or every other week, or 3 times a month or something like that, that'd be nice. Have some extra pockets, some extra moolah. I can set that aside, go get myself a 737 PMDG for Flight Sim 2020, right? I know we got some viewers that want to see that. I do have it for prepared though. So prepared what? What are you preparing for? No, it's the name. It's the name of the simulator. Okay, it's from Lockheed Martin. It's called Prepared. It's mainly used for military simulations and stuff. That's why you're getting prepared for stuff, right? But it's based off of the Flight Simulator 10 engine. But it's really come onto its own. They've really taken it to a much better level. And it's prepared with a 3. It's a 3D at the end instead of an ED. And PMDG is known for its study level aircraft. And I've got the 737 and the 747 from them. I almost made it. Oh, that's right. I'm not going to the car. I'm going to the driver center. So, hey, if you're in the driver center, I'm on my way. I'm going to go get myself a drink. A drink, maybe a burger. I shouldn't have one. I don't know. I probably burned enough calories. I probably need to get something. Anyway. So yeah, there's that. As far as the live streams, I am trying to get things ready ahead of time for the whole month. I worked on it last night as far as what's going to be streamed this month. Most of it is Flight Simulator, but most of my streaming viewers are here for the Flight Sim content. They followed me on Twitch, so I'm just kind of getting back to that. But I don't want to do just Flight Simulator. I want to be able to do some other stuff too. That's why I have this hangout stream on Tuesday for those that just kind of want to hang out with me. And also for the truck drivers that are out there, you know, they're not interested in the games and stuff, you know, but they want to be able to chat with me and stuff. So I have this for them also. That's why I do it on Tuesday, because it's Trucker Tuesday. But yeah, I've got all my streams ready for the month. No, not ready, written out. I need to get them ready. So that way, boom, 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 I can do it. I can start focusing on some other videos and stuff. And I look at the analytics of my videos because I want to see what people are watching. Because I gotta put a priority on videos, right? Like, which one am I going to work before another one? All right, well, we're over an hour. I like to keep the streams around an hour, so for those of you who were here with me on the live stream, or perhaps you came and watched it later, appreciate it. We'll see you next time on another stream, another video. Have a killer awesome day. Be safe out there. How do I turn this off?